Trico has small hooks on the bottom of its feet that allow it to scale vertical walls. Grovyle moves so quickly through the jungle that it is impossible to catch. Sceptile nurtures trees with nutrient-rich seeds stored on its back. Torchic has a flame sac inside its belly that burns perpetually. Combusken can deliver 10 kicks per second with its powerful legs. Blaziken has incredibly strong legs and can easily leap over a 30-story building. Mudkip uses the fin on its head to sense the flow of water and detect danger. Marshtomp has a slimy body film that allows it to play in the mud without drying out. Swampert is strong enough to drag a boulder weighing more than a ton. Poochyena chases its prey until the victim becomes exhausted. Mightyena always obeys the orders of a skilled trainer and hunts in coordinated packs. Zigzagoon is extremely curious and wanders in a zigzag path to find things. Linoon can run at 60 miles per hour, but has to stop completely to turn a corner. Wurmple loves to eat leaves and defends itself with the spikes on its rear. Silcoon drinks dew gathered on its silk and waits quietly for evolution. Beautyfly looks beautiful, but is aggressive and jabs prey with its long mouth. Cascoon endures heat inside its body to build strength for its evolution. Dustox scatters toxic dust when it flies and is instinctively attracted to light. Lotad looks like a floating leaf and carries small Pokémon across the water. Lombre is a nocturnal prankster that tugs on fishing lines to startle anglers. Ludicolo becomes stronger and more energetic when it hears festive music. Seedot attaches itself to tree branches and sucks moisture from the tree to survive. The sound of Nuzleaf's grass flute strikes fear into the hearts of those lost in the forest. Shiftry can generate winds of 100 feet per second with its fans to blow away houses. Tylo is small but has a brave spirit and will challenge foes much larger than itself. Swellow dives at a steep angle to catch prey and is careful to keep its wings dry. Wingull catches sea winds with its long wings and glides without flapping. Pelipper acts as a courier and carries small Pokémon or eggs safely inside its large beak. Ralts senses the emotions of people using the horns on its head and hides if it feels hostility. Curlier dances when it feels positive emotions, creating a distortion in the air. Gardevoir has the psychokinetic power to create a small black hole to protect its trainer. Surskit secretes oil from the tips of its feet to walk on water without sinking. Masquerain intimidates enemies with the eye-like patterns on its antennae wings. Shroomish scatters toxic spores from the top of its head when it senses danger. Breloom's short arms stretch elastically to deliver devastating punches. Slakoth moves so little that its heart only beats once every minute. Vigoroth cannot sleep because its blood is constantly agitated with energy. Slaking spends all day lying down to save energy for unleashing incredible power. Nincada lives underground for years, feeding on nutrients from tree roots. Ninjask moves so fast that it cannot be seen by the naked eye. Shedinja is a hollow shell that is said to steal the spirit of anyone who looks into the hole on its back. Whismur is usually quiet, but cries with the volume of a jet plane when startled. Loudred bellows so loudly that it can blow apart a wooden house with just its voice. Exploud triggers earthquakes with its tremors, and its roar can be heard from 6 miles away. Makuhita toughens its body by slamming into thick trees and practicing sumo wrestling. Hariyama has a body like a rock and can stop a moving train with one slap. Azurill spins its tail like a lasso to fling itself through the air. Nosepass has a magnetic nose that always points north, acting like a compass. Skitty is fascinated by moving objects and will chase its own tail until it gets dizzy. Delcatty prefers to live an unfettered life and does not have a permanent nest. Sableye eats rocks and gems, which causes its eyes to turn into gemstones. Mawile uses its docile face to lure foes, then bites them with its massive steel jaws. Aran eats iron ore and sometimes gnaws on railroad tracks to build its steel body. Leron loves iron contained in spring water and fights others for territory by bashing bodies. Agron claims an entire mountain as its territory and relentlessly defends it. Meditite heightens its spiritual power through rigorous yoga training and meditation. Medicum uses dance-like movements to dodge attacks and boost its own power. Electrike stores electricity in its fur and discharges it when the air is dry. Manectric is born from lightning and creates thunderclouds above its head. Plusle creates sparkling pom-poms with electricity to cheer on its teammates. Minun cares more about its teammates than itself and cheers them on with blue sparks. Volbeat communicates with others by drawing geometric patterns in the night sky with its tail. Illumise attracts a swarm of Volbeat with a sweet aroma and leads them to draw patterns. Roselia shoots sharp thorns at any opponent who tries to steal the flowers on its arms. Gulpin has a stomach that comprises most of its body and can digest almost anything. Swalot can swallow anything whole, and digests it with powerful acid that dissolves iron. Carvania has jaws powerful enough to rip through a boat hull and attacks in vicious swarms. Sharpedo can swim at 75 miles per hour and has fangs that grow back instantly. Whalmer stores water inside its body to transform into a bouncing ball that plays on beaches. Wailor is the largest of all Pokémon and can dive to a depth of 10,000 feet on one breath. Numel carries magma of 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit inside its body. Camerupt has volcanoes on its back that erupt with molten lava when it becomes enraged. Torkoal burns coal inside its shell to generate energy and blows out smoke like a locomotive. Spoink bounces around on its tail to keep its heart beating and carries a psychic pearl on its head. Grumpig uses the black pearls on its body to amplify its psychic power. Spinder has a unique spot pattern for every individual and walks in a dizzy, teetering manner. Trapinch digs a conical pit in the desert sand and waits patiently for prey to tumble in. Vibrava generates ultrasonic waves by vibrating its wings. Flygon is known as the spirit of the desert because its flapping wings sound like singing. Cacnea releases a strong aroma from its flower to attract prey. Cacturn follows travelers in the desert at night, waiting for them to become exhausted. Swablu has light and fluffy wings that are like cotton clouds and is not afraid of people. Altaria looks like a fluffy cloud when it flies and hums in a beautiful soprano voice. Zangoose's immunity to poison allows it to fight snakes. Seviper sharpens its sword-like tail on rocks. Lunatone becomes active on the night of a full moon and floats using telekinesis. Solrock absorbs solar energy during the day and releases intense heat while spinning. Barboach coats its body in a slimy film to protect itself from germs and slide through mud. Whiscash is very territorial and causes massive earthquakes by thrashing around in its swamp. Corfish is a hardy Pokémon that can survive in polluted water and will eat anything. Crawdant is a ruffian that uses its pincers to throw other Pokémon out of its territory. Baltoy moves by spinning on its single foot and was discovered in ancient ruins. Claydol is an ancient doll that came to life and shoots beams from its many eyes. Lileep disguises itself as seaweed and uses its tentacles to catch prey swimming by. Cradily roams the ocean floor and melts its prey with strong acid before eating. Anorith uses its 8 wing-like legs to swim and hunts with its sharp claws. Armaldo is clad in sturdy armor that repels attacks and can crush stones with its claws. Phoebus is famous for its shabby appearance, but is hardy enough to live in any water. Milotic is considered the most beautiful Pokémon and has the power to calm angry hearts. Castform changes its physical form depending on the weather, such as sun, rain, or snow. Kecleon can change the color of its body to blend in with its surroundings. Shuppet is drawn to feelings of envy and malice, gathering under the eaves of houses at night. Bonnet is a discarded plush doll that came to life seeking the child who threw it away. Duskull can pass through any wall and pursues its prey until the sun rises. Dusclops has a hollow body that can absorb anything like a black hole. Tropius grows delicious fruit on its neck and flies by flapping the broad leaves on its back. Chimecho floats on the wind and cries with 7 different amplified voices to communicate. Absol appears before disasters, such as earthquakes and tidal waves. Wynaut loves to eat sweet fruit and gathers in groups to squeeze against each other at night. Snorunt survives in snowy regions by eating snow and ice. Galali has a body made of rock that it covers with armor of ice by freezing moisture in the air. Spheal is completely round and moves faster by rolling than by walking. Sileo has a habit of spinning anything it sees on its nose to test if it smells good. Walrein has thick blubber to withstand freezing water and tusks strong enough to crush icebergs. Clamperl makes a single pearl during its lifetime, which amplifies psychic power. Hontail lives deep in the sea and uses its fish-shaped tail to lure prey. Gorbis is breathtakingly beautiful but cruel, draining the body fluids of its prey. Relicanth is a rare species that has not changed its form for 100 million years. Lovedisk lives in warm seas, and couples who find one will be blessed with eternal love. Bagan dreams of flying and throws itself off cliffs daily. Shelgon covers its body in a shell as hard as bone. Salamence is the result of a Bagan's long-held dream of flying. Beldam floats using magnetic force and communicates with others by sending magnetic pulses. Metang is formed by 2 Beldam fusing together. Metagross has 4 brains that are connected by a complex neural network. Regirock is made entirely of rocks, and if it gets damaged, it repairs itself. Regice's body is made of ice from the Ice Age and cannot be melted even by magma. Registeel has a body made of a metal that is harder than any known material. Latias is highly intelligent and capable of understanding human speech. Latios can fly faster than a jet plane. Kyogre has the power to create massive rain clouds and expand the oceans. Groudon has the power to scatter rain clouds and evaporate water. Rayquaza lives in the ozone layer and descends only to stop the clash between Groudon and Kyogre. Jirachi awakens for only 7 days every 1,000 years. Deoxys is an alien virus that was exposed to a laser beam.